What's up guys, and as promised, here's the review of the top figure that you guys voted for. It's the Spider-Verse Spider-Man. And the new round of voting has also begun, so make sure you drop your comments below on which of these Spider-Verse figures you want to see next. Now the voting poll will be up in 24 hours just like last time, and you can head to my channel page and click on that community tab and you'll see it right there and you can vote. Or if you're already subscribed with notifications, it'll just pop up in your feed just like before. Alright, now you've been waiting for it and I've been waiting for it, so let's go and bust out this wall crawler. Starting with box front, we get a cool teaser as for what's to come. Here's one side and the other side. There's the top and the bottom. And here's back with a glam shot, a bunch of words, the other figures, and the UPC. And there he is, guys, the Spider-Verse version of everyone's favorite wall crawler. Now starting with the head here, we get the typical Spider-Man sculpt, although it's a little bit more cartoony to match the Spider-Verse look. It's got a little longer chin there. His eyes look pretty cool though. It has a kind of classic Spider-Man look with a little kind of raised tip right there. And he's got some sculpted in webbing as opposed to paint, which is always nice. And you can see that his head is kind of squarish, which is, I guess, the way the spider thing looks, so yeah. And when compared to the Marvel Legends Iron Spidey and the Hero Vision Iron Spidey, you can definitely tell the difference in that cartoony look. Although, honestly, I don't mind it. It's actually pretty cool looking. And moving on down, instead of starting with the body, we're actually going to start with the arms because I actually broke one of them. Now, this broken arm here was totally unintentional. I was actually just kind of bending it around like this arm, as you can see. You can just kind of move it up and down. And I was just kind of moving it around, trying to get it in a cool pose, and all of a sudden it just snapped on me. As you can see right there. Is that white? It just broke. At first I thought like, oh, okay, it popped out of the peg, but no, it's straight up broken, y'all. So definitely be careful about that. I'm not sure if I got like a defective one or something, or if they're all that brittle, or if I just twisted it in just the right way, but either way, it fell off, so just heads up on that. Now I'm gonna be honest, this is actually the first Hasbro toy that's broke on me, because usually I get pretty lucky and they're pretty durable, so that's kind of a bummer. So maybe it's just too thin or something, because this arm works just fine, so I don't know. Just bummer. But anyways, we'll just look at it anyways. He's got the web shooting hand of all the hands to break. Go figure, right? It's got some nice sculpting there, and I actually do like the web shooting hand pose there. It's got really long fingers though, but it's pretty cool. And the rest of the arm is pretty nice too. It has that nice sculpting in there instead of paint, so that's the running theme everywhere. It's just got sculpting, which is pretty cool. And it's got a nice blue on the inside. I actually really like this blue paint. The blue and red that they chose for this just look really great. And this arm, of course, is the same thing except not broken. And he has a fist instead, which is a really dynamic fist. It's very, very cartoony. I actually really like it. And now moving into the body, it's surprisingly well sculpted with very dynamic muscle detail. Even though he's kind of a slender man in this particular art style, you know, more slender than normal, it's still pretty muscular, especially the ribs, which is pretty impressive. And I actually kind of, this spider here looks cool, but at the same time it looks almost too real. I mean, at first, like when it was just lying on my table and was kind of dim, I thought there was an actual spider. I mean, just look at that. It's pitch black. It's a cool symbol, but it freaked me out for a second because I thought that was a real spider. Go figure. Imagine if I had tried to kill that spider. Can you imagine how much more broken he'd be? Yeah. And moving in the back, we get a less realistic sculpted spider, but definitely well sculpted nonetheless, with very clean lines. The paint overall is actually pretty crisp for a $10 figure. The edges are a little bit bleedy, but not too much. It doesn't actually go off into the body. And take a look here. There's actually a rim around just at the edge of his suit there that's sculpted in, which is pretty sweet. And same thing on his belt. It actually goes all the way to the front. He's got a nice rim outlining his suit there, which is pretty nice. They put some good detail into his suit. And man, I still can't say enough how much I love the shade of blue and red that they chose. It just looks great. Minus the missing arm. And moving into the legs, there's not too much going on there. It's got some sculpting there, but it's that slender kind of cartoonish look, although it's got more of that blue, although it doesn't have any red to kind of make it accentuated, except when you go down here to his legs, there's definitely, well, the calves, not legs. Then, well, they are legs, they're calves, and it's still spinning. His boots have that nice red overall, and as you can see, it's super slender and skinny. He's got a really long foot too. It's kind of amazing that this figure just stays together, although they did make it bendy, so that's why he doesn't break, except for the arm. I just can't get over that. I broke his arm, or did I break it, or is it a defective one? Did I get a lemon? Did I get a lemon Spider-Man? And there's the bottom of his very skinny feet with some very skinny Lego jumbo, except for his thigh here. They threw that in there, but at least it's white, so it kind of matches the blue, and there's a broken arm again. And for articulation, he has the usual 360 spin there with a little bit of side to side there, and not too much up, but a pretty good amount of down. And his head does pop off, of course, as well as Miles Morales' head right here, so you can kind of swap them around just for fun. And now Spidey gets his arm back, and Miles Morales loses one. Or is that Spidey with Miles Morales' mask, and that's Miles with Spidey's mask? Or is that actually he's shorter, but Now his arm rotates 360 degrees and has a pretty decent shoulder joint that goes, you know, about 90 degrees. And his elbow bends sometimes and other times breaks, although it has a nice little lip right here that covers up the joint, and it lines up too with the spider webbing suit, so that's pretty cool as long as it doesn't break. And his legs have some pretty decent forward, but not very far back, which is typical because of the booty sculpt. Now one thing I want to mention is, you see this little white spot right here? That actually happened because when I lift the leg up, you can see it actually chafed against the hip there and caused that little white spot, which is kind of a bummer. It's not so much on this side here, thankfully, but that's just like, I feel like I just got a bad example of this. It just seems like a defective one. Like, this can't be the normal one, because Miles Morales is here is just like, he's great at, when you have his head on, he's great and stuff. So I think this just was a bad Spidey that I grabbed, so just unlucky. So yeah, I might have to exchange this guy for a better one. I probably will, but anyways. Now for accessories, he comes with this cool web slinging here that looks kind of like a baseball bat, which is pretty cool. I don't mind, although it's hollow there on the inside there. And it's pretty bendy too, not too bendy, so it holds its shape. And on the opposite end, it actually has the web shooter detail there. That's a little slot to put the arm into, so that's pretty awesome. And you simply just slide this onto his arm here. I have to use this one because obviously the web shooting hand broke off. And that's what he looks like with it. Pretty awesome there. Although it would be nicer to put it on the web hand, which would have worked better. And actually, alright, got my little museum putty here. Stick that into that hole there. If you guys remember, this is the same putty I used to put the Iron Spidey arms onto the Marvel Legend. So let's try this. Kind of stick that in there and I don't know, what do you guys think? It kind of works. It looks like it's got web coming out of his elbow, but hey, it kind of works. Yeah? No? Yeah? Check it out, guys. Now he's got the web shooter on his correct hand, which is pretty cool. Looks pretty nice, right? It decent. Kind of works. Sort of. Maybe. Yeah. No. And okay. Maybe not. Okay, the web accessory was a little bit heavy, but without the web accessory, his arm actually holds up pretty decently. So actually now it looks like he has an elbow pad. So yeah, this is, I'm probably gonna exchange this. But hey, I wonder where else you could put his arm. Ha! Look at that! It's like he's the, you know, the 8-arm spider, you know, mutated version, except he's only got, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I had to count. 5 arms, and wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 arms, and he needs 6, 7, 8. He needs 3 more arms. So if I break a couple arms off of other figures, then he'd be. So where else can we put this arm? Alright, now for some comparisons. Here he is next to the Hero Vision Infinity War Iron Spider, the Marvel Legends Infinity War Iron Spider, the Disney Toy Box Hulk, the SH Figuarts Infinity War Thanos, the Mattel Basic Aquaman movie Aquaman, and the Marvel Legends Infinity Thor. Well guys, overall I have to say I actually do like this figure. He's a little bit cartoony for my taste, but he is well sculpted, and I do like the blue and red that they chose for him. Despite his broken arm. I probably just got a bad one. I'm pretty sure they're not all like this. And reviewing these Spider-Verse toys is actually getting me more excited for the Spider-Verse movie. I don't know. What about you guys? Anyways guys, don't forget to vote on which Spider-Verse figure that you want to see reviewed next. And until the next time, I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.